Welcome to our Skin and All YouTube channel, where we talk about all things skin related, self-development, mentoring, talk about relationships, and so many other things. Have you subscribed to my channel? Give us a thumbs up, and please drop your comments in the comment section, because it's an interactive YouTube channel and I'll be there to answer your questions. So what are we talking about today? Let's talk about a condition called urticaria. Have you ever heard of that condition before? So urticaria is a condition that is mainly what you see on the skin as something we call wheals. You just suddenly see some parts of your skin, you start having some swellings on your skin that are very itchy. And usually most of these swellings will just resolve on its own without using anything. In some people, they can have it associated with something we call angioedema. And that will be swelling in some deeper areas of their skin where they would have swelling on they can have swelling on the mouth, swelling in the eyes, and in some of them, they can have breathing difficulties along with it. So have you ever experienced urticaria? And for my people here in Nigeria, sometimes they will think, oh, is somebody sending me some supernatural forces? Are they sending something to me? It is nothing like that. Urticaria, most of the time, especially in the type of urticaria that we call chronic urticaria, where you've been having symptoms for 6 weeks or longer. In most cases, after several investigations, you may be unable to find a cause. So you'd have been investigated for possibility of some infections. Sometimes they take your stool sample and do some tests, but at the end of the day, they might not be able to find a cause. So don't be scared or don't be worried that, oh, what exactly is happening to me? For one reason or the other, some people develop this urticaria and you are unable to find a cause. In fact, in almost 80% of cases of people with chronic urticaria, there will be no cause found, and that will be after extensive investigations. And so now, one of the things that we advise, especially primary care doctors, when they are managing urticaria, is to avoid ordering a battery of unnecessary investigations, because most times you might not find a cause. In my clinic, for example, when I see patients with urticaria, especially in this environment where a lot of people don't do their annual screening, they don't do their mammogram, their prostate exam, especially when they are supposed to do it. So what I do, not because of the urticaria itself, but because of, for them to just get a general checkup, what I do is to make those, or to tell those patients to do their annual checkup, which they may not have done. So for example, a woman in her 60s coming to me and she has never gotten a mammogram and she's coming with urticaria, I tell her to do a mammogram. A man in his 70s, and also complaining of some urinary symptoms, I may tell him to do a prostate examination. So when you have urticaria, and there are two different types. I mentioned the chronic urticaria lasting more than 6 weeks, where you have some, and I've shown the pictures in this video, where you have some itchy swellings on your skin and that may disappear in 30 minutes or even less. And acute urticaria lasts less than 6 weeks. Any urticaria that you have that resolves in less than 6 weeks is called acute urticaria. When it lasts longer than 6 weeks, it is called chronic urticaria. So how do you manage this condition? This condition that seems not to have a cause and causes a lot of morbidity, or it causes a lot of distress for the people affected. One of the most important things to note is that if you have urticaria, always have a particular group of drugs that we call antihistamines, always have them handy. Which means that especially most of the patients would say that when the symptoms are about to occur, they feel it, they just feel that sensation when it's about to occur. So these antihistamines, you use it immediately. You use a tablet, usually is 1 tablet a day. And there are different examples. Over-the-counter antihistamines like loratadine, like cetirizine, like fexofenadine, that's another one that you can use. So if you know you have urticaria, and those symptoms, when they occur, make sure you always have your antihistamines handy. In some group of people, what you can do again is to check for triggers. So for example, I've had some patients that the urticaria was triggered or they got worse when they ate some particular types of seasoning. So in your own case, what you can do is to keep a food diary, for example. I'm not saying that food is a common cause of urticaria, especially chronic urticaria. It's not a common cause. But in a few sets of patients, you might find some certain foods precipitating urticaria or making urticaria worse in them. So when I say a food diary, what you should do for a whole week or like 2 weeks, write whatever it is that you are eating in that diary and note the times when you seem to have more symptoms of urticaria. And maybe, just maybe, you might be able to just pick some foods that are making the urticaria worse in you. So if you have urticaria and you've ever had difficulty in breathing, you've had swelling in your eyes, your mouth, lasting more than 24 hours, please ensure that you are seeing a specialist immediately, because you may have angioedema, and in some cases, some people may have difficulty breathing and they may need to use a drug that would, stop that immediately so that they don't end up, getting obstructed airway. But if it is the straightforward urticaria that is affecting the skin and you have those itchy transient swellings, make sure that you always have your antihistamines handy. Do you know what name they call urticaria in my language? I'm a Yoruba, by the way, just in case you did not know. Urticaria is called egbesi. And, in Nigeria, they just think that palm oil solves everything. So it's not unusual to have somebody with urticaria that is from, here in Nigeria, rubbed with palm oil all over the skin. And the rash disappears. You think it's the palm oil that took the rash away. Urticaria usually is transient. So whether you use anything or not, most cases, the rash will go away. So what do you call urticaria in your language? Let me know. Hit me up in the comment section. I hope you have learned a thing or two from this video, and I'm sure that after watching this, you're going to be subscribing to my channel. You're going to be interacting with me on this page. So till next time on Skin and All YouTube channel, stay safe and make sure that you keep your skin healthy. Ciao, ciao.